How's everybody doing over there in Facebook land? Hanging out here with the kiddos and Big Mama Rood. I got Arden over there on one of the floats. Arden, what you doing, my baby? Got Big Mama Rood over here cooking a Sunday afternoon. What you cooking there, Big Mama?
Steak and gravy.
Steak and gravy. Good old Southern style. Let a few of you guys hop on. Let all the Bitcoiners hop on. Where's my Bitcoiners at?
Oh, God. They're going to hate you.
Oh, they're going to hate me. I don't care, Big Mama. It's all right. I wouldn't, I'm not too worried about people hating me. I don't care if you like me or not.
You don't need friends. You only need allies.
Yeah, I mean, you know how I feel. If you follow me enough, you know I don't give two shits how you feel. I'm going to tell you how I feel. And that's just how it's going to be, right? Let's talk about Bitcoin, right? You know, there's a Bitcoin craze right here. I never fell into the Bitcoin craze. I remember back in 2014, you know, Bitcoin was big again, just kind of like it is now. Everything was Bitcoin this, and you're going to get rich overnight, and Chris, you're stupid for not investing in Bitcoin. What's up, Charlie? What's up, Mark, Blair? Please share and invite. Appreciate you guys. Bill, Julie, Catherine. You know, back in 2014, I was getting inboxed every other day. Hey, man, you got to get into Bitcoin. It's the new thing, yada, yada, yada. Well, you know, back then I was even like, well, maybe let me check into this, right? And the reason why I just could not get my head wrapped around it is that nobody could tell me what Bitcoin really is, where it came from. They told me some guy named Samamoto Yamamata, whatever his Japanese name is, but nobody knows who he is. He lives in a mountain in the deep, vast area of the mountainous area of Japan somewhere, and he created this digital currency and he's selling it to the rest of the world. Well, you know what? That's where I kind of got hung up, because nobody knew who he was or could tell me who he was. Satoshi, thank you, Mark. Appreciate that, Mark. Satoshi is a guy that created Bitcoin. You can't touch it. You can't feel it. You can only see it on a digital screen. It has no, you know, intrinsic value as far as like it's a, you know, it could be used as a commodity. You know, you got like, you got copper, you got gold, you got silver, you got real estate. It's a tangible asset that can be used. And for me, you know, it's almost so it's basically an invisible currency, right? It's an invisible currency. And I'm trying to figure out, Mama, did you share this to my pages?
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out why and how this thing has blown up so much when I can't even touch or feel it or really see it, right? So that's a problem for me. When you tell me that this is the new wave of the future, which I can't disagree with a lot of you Bitcoiners about, you know, digital currency. I definitely think digital currency is coming, right? I think the elites have been talking about that in their books for a while. They want to, you know, they want a cashless society. They want to better control the money supply. But here's where the biggest hang up, where I think it's a scam and why you should be careful. If you have it, if you've made money on it, great. A lot of this stuff is timing with these fads. Do you really honestly think the Fed, along with the Federal Reserve, is going to allow a decentralized currency to take over the world and just control outside the realm of the government's control, and where you guys can just go and spend money without knowing, you know, without having any control, and the government's just going to allow that? Do you really think they're going to, you know, you're going to allow all this to happen? You have to ask yourself these things, right? Because the problem with this, you know, supposedly digital currency is that it has, you know, the selling point of it to the Bitcoiners out there is that, oh man, you know, it can't be regulated, and it's decentralized and all that. Listen, guys, there's been scams going on since time immemorial. There have been scams going on since time immemorial. I mean, you could go all the way back to the Roman age, right? Scam after scam after scam. You know, Enron, the tulip scam back in the 13th, 14th century. The, what's it? I mean, just look it up. There's tons of them, right? But they've been having these things since time immemorial. What you have to understand that is you have to look at the government, right? The government runs and controls everything, whether we like it or not, right? Well, Chris, you know, they can't control it. Bullshit. Listen, whoever controls the guns, the tanks, the warplanes, and the battleships controls the gold, so to speak, in a sense of the currency, I mean, right? So for me, I have a problem with that because I really think that they've letting Bitcoin and all these other Dodge coins and all this shit get out of, you know, they letting it build up. I really do think, I think this is like an inside job where they've created this, they create this illusion that, oh yeah, we got this new currency and we can let all the pilgrims, so to speak, or the middle class get out of the realm of the regular fiat currency that America has, and we can let them do their own thing. And I think it's a trick, guys. It's a trick. And what they do is they let this thing run up to get some momentum, and then they sucker everybody in, and then they crash the fucking system, guys. They crash the system. And that's what I think this is. I could be wrong. Hey, what do I know? Hey, if I'm wrong, I will stand corrected. But I want to make a live now before this thing gets out of control. But all the governments of the world have to do is say, hey, we don't like this Bitcoin stuff. We don't like this cryptocurrency. They're going to make up all kind of bullshit and say, well, look, a lot of illegal transactions are going on across the world in the United States with this cryptocurrency. And we need to regulate this. And with the stroke of a pen, guys, they can make it illegal. And all you Bitcoiners that are made a little jingle in your pocket for the past, couple years, and you hood rich. Hell, I even had an acquisition manager. Let me tell you this. I had an acquisition manager in one of my markets I'm in. He quit because he said he went full-time Bitcoin because he made, he's a young kid. One acquisition guy we got in Baton Rouge. He made, he made a couple $100,000 with his Bitcoin. He's like, he quit working. He's just living off his Bitcoin now. Like, so you got to understand the mentality of a Bitcoiner, right? They want to get rich quick, right? And it sounds cool, it sounds cute, but that's how they sucker you in, run this baby up, and crash the system, right? This shit's been going on for hundreds of years, probably thousands of years, where they do this shit, right? That's just how it is. What you have to understand, guys, is that the government's not going to let this get out of control. The government will regulate Bitcoin and will crash the system, take complete control over it, and say, hey, we warned you guys. Because they're already warning people. They had the Prime Minister of England, or the finance minister over there in England, already said, hey, listen, we're real worried about Bitcoin. If you're heavily invested in Bitcoin, now's your opportunity. You should probably get out of it before we crash the system. They came out and said it in England. This was like a couple months ago. So they're already giving hints. And if you look at, it ain't just me I look at this stuff. Maybe I'm an old timer, right? I'm 40 years old. I got 5 kids. Been married to Big Mama Rood right there for 22 years. I'm simple, right? I'm just a simple guy that knows how to put the deals together, make a few bucks, and can make a little money in the real estate game, right? But I do know that anything that's easy to get and to require is very, very volatile, right? This is a speculation. This is not an investment, guys. You guys are speculating and gambling. Yeah, but Chris, I made $300,000 last year, and I'm up $500,000 for the year now. Great, awesome. Take your wins and go. But you guys that are thinking that you're going to become billionaires and millionaires, you're going to make $10 million of Bitcoin is few and far between. You got a better shot at getting struck by lightning, right? It attracts a person of mentality of the kind that has the get rich quick mentality, right? I want you to think with this. Whatever's hard to get is rare and valuable. A real estate deal is rare and valuable. I'm talking about a deal, right? A deal that makes a lot of money, that's a great off-market deal that you get great cash flow from. Maybe it's an apartment complex, a mobile home park, a flip, a wholesale. You know how hard that is to get, right? It's rare and valuable. An apartment complex, rare and valuable to get. A mobile home park, rare and valuable, hard to get. A business that you create is hard and valuable and rare to acquire. That's what creates the scarcity, because it's hard to get. Anything that's not hard to get is not rare and valuable, right? Bitcoin has become the quick game for the millennials. A lot of people that I think are chasing hopes and dreams that they're going to become multimillionaires by just grabbing up some Bitcoin and holding it. Listen, you may have won. You may have gotten as far as you've gotten. Now, before you start with Chris, blockchain technology is the wave of the future. Hey, I'm not disagreeing with that. I do think that the blockchain technology and digital currency is here whether we like it or not. However, it's not going to be decentralized for very much longer. There's no way they're going to let this thing keep going and going and going, and the government's not going to take control of it. Listen, back in the what was it, the 40s the 40s, I think, 50s, I forgot what year it was. The government made gold illegal, right? You couldn't even hold gold, right? Why? What makes you think that they can't do the same thing with Bitcoin and take it over, right? Just my thoughts, right? Hey, I could be wrong. But if you can't tell me who created it, where he's at, where he's from, I can't touch it, feel it, I got a problem with that. And you got to ask these hard questions. Now, before you, hey, appreciate that, Mark, 1933. Before you get all upset with me about what I'm telling you and you unfriend me and say Chris is an asshole, listen, you're probably doing that because you're heavily invested in Bitcoin and you got to be right. Because if you're wrong, whew, man, you're going to lose a lot of money and you're not going to like what I have to say. But listen, when I lose money in an investment, I swallow my pride and I say, hey, what did I do wrong, right? And maybe you haven't lost money yet. Kudos to you. But I'm telling you, if I was up $200,000 or $300,000 or $1 million in Bitcoin, I would be out. I would be out. We got to be at the top of the market, right? It's got to be coming. And I could be wrong. But look, I don't come on and tell these, do these lives to bullshit you and tell you what you want to hear. I just tell you how I feel, right? You can take it as you want and do whatever you want with it. I'm not here to convince you. If you're like, hey, no, I'm sticking with my Bitcoin. Listen, the Bitcoin is not an exchange of value. It's not. It's a speculation, right? It has no intrinsic value. You say, well, yeah, it does. There's so many calculations and your Bitcoin mining this and that. Okay, I take your word for it. But I've never seen Bitcoin used in anything to make anything. Real estate is a hard asset. Silver is a hard asset. Gold is a hard asset. This house I live in is a hard asset. Mobile home parks a hard asset. Apartments, hard asset. A business is a hard asset because it creates a service or a product. What does Bitcoin create? Right? It's supposedly a store of value. No, it's a speculation, guys. So anyway, I thought I'd tell you this because it's been weighing on my heart, and I don't want to see a lot of you young guys get hurt, right? And maybe you won't. Maybe I'm wrong. And you can come back on this video and say, Chris, I told you so. You were wrong. You made a mistake. You're not so bright anyway. And you're a complete jackass. And I'll say, hey, you right. I'll eat crow. I'll swallow my pride and I'll move on, right? But I understand at the end of the day that if it's easy to acquire, it's going to be easy to lose. And this Bitcoin stuff is just too easy. I see people making money real quick, real fast, and everybody's running into it. That's how you know they're building this bubble. They're going to get this bubble real high, and they're going to pop this thing, and it's not going to feel good.
No, put that up. No.
Any questions? Any concerns? Any backlash? Mama, take that away from him. That's dangerous.
I know. I've been telling you.
Let's see what Jay says. I've exceeded my body fat in silver and I'm a fat ass. Laugh my ass off. I like silver too. Let's see. Blake, stack the dough and make mobile home parks great again. Blake, you speaking my language, my brother. That's exactly right. I want to be in something that I know is valuable, right? Affordable housing is valuable and rare. That's what gives it its scarcity, right? It's valuable and rare, and that's what I want to be in, right? I want to be in something that's valuable and rare, and anything that's easy to acquire and is just running up and down and running up and you get rich real quick, dude, that's gambling, right? So Colin said, appreciate you. I've been leery forever about this investment. Well, I have too. I've never invested in it. I've had people inbox me hundreds of times trying to get into it. Joe says the government doesn't want its own people to succeed. They want to be in full control. That's exactly right, Joe. If they have a bunch of, close that door, Patty. If they have a bunch of people that are making money hand over fist and nobody's regulating it, they will jump in, and that's where they're at. Like we're right around the corner from this stuff being regulated, and that's when everybody's gonna get hurt. I made a post on Facebook, not right here, not on this page, but on my other personal page, that you Bitcoiners are gonna get hurt soon, and then Bitcoin's a scam. And dude, I got half. I'd say about half. Mama, I'd say what? No, about 2/3 agree with me, and about 1/3 of them bash me, and man, I really upset those guys.
Which guys?
Well, I had
Yesterday?
I had about 150 comments. About 1/3 of them were like really upset with me because I really made them wrong, and which told me they're heavily invested in Bitcoin, and they can't be wrong. And if it goes down, they're gonna lose a lot of money. Jason says that proves they're all connected, and if they're connected, they control it. That's exactly right. Jason says, my biggest question for crypto warriors, if cryptos are based on their own set of rules and such, then why do they all go up and down together? Yep, that's a good point. The Fed will take out Bitcoin because it's a competitor of theirs. They won't allow it. That's exactly right, Jason. And that's the problem I've had the whole time, right? I've had that problem the whole time. And dude, you can't listen. There's an entity on this planet that runs and controls everything. They have control of the money supply. They have control of the media. They have control of all the big banks. They have control of all the big corporations, and they're all in cahoots together, and they control the populace, right? The people. Do you honestly think they're just gonna let this dynasty of a monopolistic mountain of money they've created and control they've created over society and the world at large? Do you honestly think they'd be like, oh, Yomamoto Mamasumi from Japan created the Bitcoin, and everybody can have their own currency and we can't regulate it? Yeah, we're okay with that. We're just gonna let you guys go ahead and just run with that. You know, even though we've been controlling the money supply now for a couple hundred years, and we own and control you guys. We own and control the money supply, all the banks, everything. We're just gonna give up control of all that. Come on, guys. You got to be smarter than that. You got to be smarter than that. Listen, scams have been going on for hundreds of years, if not thousands of years. And that's how they prey on the get-rich-quick mindset people, where they want to get rich quick, and they get their money into these scams, and they run it up, and they crash it, and they steal all your money. Look it up. Joe said Ethereum will replace Bitcoin, ETH, HBAR, and Dodge, baby. Those are what I'm in and what I'm sticking with. Hey, look, dude, and listen, I'm not wishing anybody to lose money. If you're making money in all this stuff, Ethereum, I don't even understand all that stuff. I guess it's another form of Bitcoin. Dude, if you made money in it, get out. Like, there's no way this shit's going to keep going. I had a guy say, this shit's going to $500 million a coin. I say, what? $500 million a coin? You can't be that stupid. Don't fall into this trap, right? Don't fall in this trap of get rich quick. Get rich for sure, and get rich slow. You want to get rich slow, because then it's harder to lose. The faster you make it, the faster you can lose it. Build it one brick at a time, right? One brick at a time, and you'll build that foundation to where when it gets rattled and you do have a pullback and the economy does crash, it's not hard to, don't build your business off of sand. Build it off of concrete. And do something that's hard. You heard me. Do something that's hard, because anything that's hard to acquire is rare and valuable, folks, and it holds its value, and it's rare. Right? Starting a business, super hard. That's what makes it rare and valuable. Building up a rental portfolio that makes a lot of money, rare and valuable, super hard. That's why it's rare and valuable. Can't be destroyed overnight. So, I mean, you may not like what I'm telling you, but I'm just being honest with you guys. I've studied enough history, read enough books on economic collapses and currency wars and manipulation of the money supply to know this is a fucking scam. It's a scam, and I wouldn't even piss on it if it was on fire to save it. Let it go. If you got wins right now, fucking take it and go. Hell, I'm not the only one saying this. I mean, you look at other, there's a lot of billionaires out there. Look at what is Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, right? Two of the richest people on the planet. What is Charlie Munger saying about Bitcoin? He called it rat poison. He called Bitcoin. If you don't know who Charlie Munger is, he's Warren Buffett's partner, right? He called Bitcoin rat poison. You look at Jim Rogers. Jim Rogers, he's a billionaire. He called it one of the biggest scams of the 21st century. Who's a couple other guys I know that are billionaires that I've heard just going through their videos and reading their books calling Bitcoin a scam. But dude, I'm not the only one, right? But it seems like this younger generation, they're caught in this get rich quick, and you got to get out of that mentality. Do the hard shit, right? Brian says the elite are losing traction. It's not a get rich quick scam. What's your education level on crypto? You sound like the 90s talking about the internet in the 90s. Warren Buffett is invested now in crypto. Listen, I know enough to know that if a lot of people are getting rich really fast and really quick, something's wrong. Something's wrong, right? This happened in 2014, Brian. In 2014, a lot of people inboxed me and said, Chris, you got to get Bitcoin, yada, yada, yada. And I paid no attention to it because they couldn't tell me where it was from, who created it, how can I see and look at it, what store of value does it have, and is it even exchangeable in the marketplace? And yeah, I know it's exchangeable now. You can start they're letting people buy Bitcoin. But my whole point is that I don't think Bitcoin's going anywhere as a technology. What I'm telling you is all this decentralized, independent ownership of Bitcoin is what's going to get all you guys hurt. Because the governments are not going to allow you to hold on to this. The governments are going to make it illegal. Once they make it theirs and they say, hey, look, we're creating our own Fed coin or dollar coin or whatever they want to call it, a U.S. coin, right? Or Federal Reserve coin. That's it. It's over with. They're going to make it illegal. So I don't think, I'm not an expert on, I'm not an expert, but I've asked experts about crypto, like where it came from and who created it, and they can't tell me, but it's just an old Japanese man that lives in a cave in the mountainous terrain of Japan named Somamoto or whatever his name is, and he just created Bitcoin. But nobody's got a picture of him, nobody knows who he is. But Chris, he hides out in the mountains so nobody can find him. Come on, man, if you believe in that, I got some oceanfront property in Arizona for you too. So you gotta look at both sides. Hey, and like I said, Brian, I look at both sides myself too. I think the technology is great. I think digital currency is here. I don't think it's going nowhere. I'm just telling you the independent ownership of decentralized currency is not a long-term thing that's going to survive. The governments throughout history have always controlled the money supply. And they always will. They're not going to let this thing get out of control. Jason says, get rich quick actually means get poor quick. And listen, you have a vested, and if you're watching this and you're getting upset with what I'm telling you, you have a vested interest in it because you're heavily invested in it. And you have to be right. Right? I have no dog in the fight. I don't own it. I don't own it. Right? Maybe if I owned it, I'd probably be more pro crypto. But I'm just ultra careful, right? I do real estate, right? Real estate's really hard. It's not easy. Right? You could do really well in it, but you got to work your ass off. But I know that it's not easily taken away from me. George says, do you think real estate prices will go down at some point? Is bubble forming now? Absolutely. I mean, I think we'll have as long as they keep printing money, I think, and giving it to the public, and the materials stay high, and they can't build new units, real estate's gonna stay in the bubble for a little while, but it will bust, just like Bitcoin will bust, just like anything busts. You just gotta understand, you gotta ride the wave, right? Buy low, sell high. If you bought Bitcoin at $600 or $2,000 or $10,000 a coin, hey, good for you. That's fucking awesome, fantastic. You rode that wave up, and now we're at the top, dude. Get out. Like, it's not gonna go up forever. That it's not. Some of these guys, I was reading some of the comments from yesterday from my post, and Bitcoin's going to $500 million a coin. Come on, man. Be smarter than that. Hey, listen, if you get out now and you made a bunch of money, good for you. China supposedly owns 60% of Bitcoins. Sounds fishy. I don't believe that, Joe. I don't believe that for a minute. You look at what all the banks are investing in. While all you guys are freaking buying Bitcoin, all these banks are stacking up on gold and silver. Look it up. Look at their balance sheets. The Chinese are one of the biggest holders of gold and silver. The Russians have a massive amount of gold. But yet they're talking everybody into buying Bitcoin. All the public. Right? Come on. If the banks are buying gold and you're buying Bitcoin, what do you think they know that you don't know? Right? Hey, but what do I know? I'm just some stupid coon ass from South Louisiana. I don't know anything. Just got to ask yourself. Jeffrey says, anything that you can't hold or touch is not a stable asset. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I'm not going into something I can't see, feel, and touch. And then they tell me the guy lives in Japan and he's secretly inside of a mountain Bitcoin mining, which I don't even understand. How do you mine Bitcoin in the digital world? And maybe I'm just an idiot. Maybe I just don't know no better, Mama. That could be it too, huh, Mama?
Hey.
Huh?
It's a possibility. It's highly likely.
It's highly likely.
Maybe I should get into Bitcoin and find out.
Yeah, maybe you should start Bitcoin mining, Mama. Maybe you could do like patty coins. Huh? Patty coins?
Shut up.
I tell you guys what.
Shut up.
I'm running a special. I'll do a special today. We're going to launch Rood Coin. Rood Coin 2021 is going to go to the moon. I know Bitcoin right now is at what, 60,000 a coin? I will discount Rood Coin to 10,000 a coin. Only today though. You have to buy today. You can inbox me. We'll give you our PayPal. Give me 10,000 a coin. We'll start Rood Coin. We'll take this baby to the moon. We'll freaking run it up. We'll take this baby to like 80, 100 grand a coin, and we'll unload it. We'll all get rich. Who's in? But you have to do it today, right now. Otherwise, it's going up to 50,000 a coin. Rood Coin's on its way. No different than what they did with Dogecoin, huh, guys? Guys, I mean, what is Dogecoin, right? People just create these coins out of thin air. I mean, how many different versions of Bitcoin are there, right? If anybody can create their own coin, it's not rare and valuable, folks. Come on. Like Big Mama, she's rare and valuable. She cooks, she cleans, she gives me babies. She sassifies me. She washes my clothes. She puts up with me. That's rare and valuable. That's hard to find. Anyway, I know upset a lot of you guys. I apologize. Didn't mean to. If you're heavily,
lying. You don't care.
if you, huh, Mama?
I say you're lying. You're not trying to apologize.
If I upset you guys, because you maybe you put 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 in Bitcoin, and you riding on this thing, riding all the way up to the moon, and you're gonna get rich and sail off into the sun and smoke cigars in Key West, because Bitcoin's going to $500 million a coin. Maybe I upset you, and I apologize, but
Is it like gambling?
well, you talk to the Bitcoiners, and it's not gambling. It's an investment, Mama.
Well, this is
But you can't
our
see
rule.
it.
This is our rule with gambling.
But you can't see it or touch
We don't play
it.
with what we can't afford to lose.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're playing with Bitcoin with an amount that you can't, that you
Yeah.
don't
No.
care
Listen. Hey.
about
Listen.
losing,
Yeah.
then-
Listen.
Then that's okay.
That's a great point, Big Mama. See.
Listen, you have me here for a reason.
See.
Okay?
She does.
When we gamble with what, like $500?
Yeah. We go play a little bit. Like, hey, look,
We
we'll
have
lose $500.
so many hours of entertainment and alcohol and food. Then we're good.
Yeah.
We didn't lose anything.
We didn't lose anything. So that's a good point. That's a great point, Big Mama. You're good for something. If your whole entire investment strategy is Bitcoin, then I'm here to tell you you got a problem. You're gambling. But look, if you got $5,000-$10,000 in Bitcoin and you like trying to run it up, and you're trying to make a quick a quick spiff on it, dude, good for you. And you win, good for you. Like no.
If 5 or 10,000 won't hurt you.
Yeah.
You put the amount in that won't.
You put amount in that won't hurt you. If you just got a little small amount and you win, dude, good for you. Like I'm speculative sometimes. I mean, fuck, I lost I lost close to $200,000 on a speculative business last year in 2020, right? I started a solar panel business, and I lost 200 grand, but I was willing to lose that, right? It wasn't gonna bankrupt me, right? But if you doing it and it's your whole entire investment and you putting all your chips in to try to just get rich quick, dude, that's not investing. That's speculating and gambling. Hey, give me some feedback here, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I just don't understand. Maybe I don't know what I don't know. But back in the 13th, 14th century, everybody's getting rich on tulips. Look it up.
On what?
Tulips, Mama. 13th, 14th
Like the
century.
flowers?
Yep. There was a tulip bubble, right? They ran that bubble up and they crashed that baby too. So let's see. Blair says you only use what you can lose. That's what smart investors would tell you about crypto short term, because it trends up and down, constantly trading every day. That's right. And look, if you're trading crypto, that's a different thing, right? You're trading. I'm talking about the guys that are actually buying and holding for long term. I think that's super dangerous. Like if you're trading it, I mean, that's a different story, right? You're in and out. You might be in and out in a day, or 30 seconds, or 2 minutes, or even a half hour, an hour. That's a totally different story. So anyway, what do I know?
Stick to real estate.
Yeah, maybe I should stick to real estate. Maybe I wonder how many followers I'm going to
Stick to
lose.
real
How many
estate.
followers am I going to lose from this, Mama? Because I'm really upsetting a bunch of Bitcoiners. But anyway,
Maybe they're going to tell you crazy for buying mobile home parks.
maybe they are. And maybe I am. Maybe I'm batshit crazy. Maybe I shouldn't be investing in mobile home parks. But at least I can see it, feel it, touch it. I can go up to it. I can knock on the door. I can collect my rent. And I know I can fix it if it breaks. I can control it. So what do I know? Jeffrey says, you're right on this. If anyone wants to get in on it and maybe a quick gain, that's great. But it's not a long-term investment. That's exactly right, Jeffrey. I'm glad you're bringing that up. I mean, that's it. That's what it should be. If you're going to play with a speculative movement, like, dude, be in and out. Make your quick rip and get out, right? But holding this shit long-term is like holding you're holding dynamite. You're holding a grenade. You don't know when this shit's going to go off. Jason says the crypto cult is ruthless. I'm sure you'll lose some of them on the. Oh, I'm sure I will. I mean, it is what it is.
Those aren't the people that buy.
That's yeah. They not interested in what I got to say anyway. They want to get rich quick, right?
Because when Chris says it's gonna be hard, you're gonna have to work really hard, and it might take a little while to, make big profits. They're gonna be like, okay, it's not for me.
Yep, I'm hitting up the Dogecoin. I'm gonna hit up my crypto.
And he does say that, by the way, on his calls. If you call him about coaching, he does say that.
And she actually cringes when I say that.
I do, because I'm like, maybe you shouldn't say that, but he's being honest. It's not a get rich quick.
It's hard. But
to get rich for sure, eventually.
But it's hard. What does that go back to? It's hard. That's what makes it rare and valuable. Right? That's what makes it rare and valuable, is because it's hard. Like I said, I could be totally out of, out of my lane right here, and I could be completely wrong. And if I am wrong, I'll even say, hey, I was wrong, right? But historically speaking, anything that's been this volatile, that's been this decentralized and out of control, it gets harnessed in, right? Like the governments are going to come in and take control. Blake says, how many seller finance parks did you buy in 2020? I bought one, Blake, and I'm actually buying no, I'm sorry.
No,
I didn't know.
That wasn't 2020.
I wasn't 20.
That
That was 2018. I'm sorry. Or 2019. 19. I bought a seller finance park in 19. I'm actually about to buy one right now, a seller finance, 2 parks in Pensacola, seller finance. I shouldn't say that, Mom? No, I shouldn't say that. I don't want to give my secrets away. You might try to go behind my back. Blair says also, recently a Rhode Island realtor sold land for Dogecoin. Hey, look, if you could get it, and the getting's good, but I know historically speaking with real estate, even with the great economic crash of 2008, right? The real estate crash of 2008. If you took an average of all the real estate across the United States, it only went down 15%. 15%, right? So for me, now some parts of America were worse. I mean, you look at places like, San Francisco, especially like Arizona, like Phoenix. They had some spots that lost 70% in value. But the majority of middle America only lost 15% as an average. I can handle a 15% correction in real estate. I'm buying so cheap because I'm going direct to seller that if I have a 15% correction in real estate in my portfolio, so what, right? It's not going to be detrimental. This Bitcoin craze, I mean, from what I know some traders, a good buddy of mine's an active trader. He makes boatloads of money. A dude makes, he prints money trading. Like, he's a professional trader. He makes millions of dollars. He made $1 million last week trading. He, he's in and out, right? He trades, but literally, the stock market, even, I think he trades a little bit of Bitcoin. It can go up and down, 20, 30, 70, 80 points in one move, right? Real estate doesn't do that, so it's way more predictable. But just think with that, guys. If the guy's in Japan, I can't know who he is. He doesn't have a YouTube video. I can't even see how he does it. He won't tell nobody how he creates Bitcoin. He lives in a mountain, and nobody knows who he is. I've got a serious problem with that. So, there you go. There's my 30-minute Bitcoin rant. Once again, I'm not saying digital currency is not the wave of the future. It is. I'm not saying that we won't have, a cashless society soon and blockchain come around and run the world. That's probably what's going to happen. I'm not saying that that's not going to happen. That is probably going to happen. All I'm saying is that the decentralized, independently owned Bitcoin, Dogecoin, all these different Ethereums and all that stuff is going to probably get hammered once they put the smack down and they say, hey, this shit's illegal. You guys can't do this no more. Then they're going to make up some reason, whether you like it or not, whether it's true or not, the governments of the world will make up some excuse and say, hey, we can't control this. Y'all are doing too many transactions that are illegal. They'll make up some shit, right? They always do. Therefore, we're going to pass legislation with a stroke of a pen, guys. All of your Bitcoin and all your wins and all your gains will be wiped out. So if you're in, hey, great. You did great. Get out. If you're trying to time the top, you're gambling, right? If you bought low and you made a bunch of money now, dude, get out. You win. You could brag about it when everybody else loses their money because they held long term. You could brag about it. But I'm telling you, you're gambling, and this is a fad. Just no different than the tech bubble of 2000, the tulip bubble of the 13th and I think it was 13th or 14th century. There's all kind of bubbles, right? We've had bubbles since time immemorial. But this is a bubble like any other bubble because you can't even see the damn bubble. I can't even see the bubble. What's a Bitcoin? How does it work? What is a bit? And if I can see the coin and it was a bit of a coin and it was actually a coin, I'd be more reluctant to buy it. But it's a digital thing in space that a Japanese man makes in the mountainous regions of Japan, named Somamoto or Samushi or whatever his name is. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys. Just trying to keep it real with you. Me and Big Mama Rudy got to go cook. Big Mama Rudy, what you cooking?
Steak and gravy.
Steak and gravy. I'll see you guys in the next live.
You wait. You have 2 spots.
Three spots. 3 spots left for the mastermind. We got 30 people total. We have 27 people already enrolled. If you want to come to the Mobile Home Park Mastermind here in Lafayette, June 11th and 12th, inbox me. We'd love to have you. And keep skilling up. That's the only thing that's going to get you paid, folks. You need skills. That's no bullshit. Bitcoin isn't a skill. That's gambling. Get a skill, right? A real world skill. Learn how to do real estate. Learn how to start a business, right? Provide a service. That's hard. Don't do the easy shit. Do the hard shit. The hard shit is what pays. So keep skilling up at chrisrood.com and inbox me if you want to come to the Mobile Home Park Mastermind. Jonathan said, the very fact that you just said it was a Japanese man that created it shows you have no clue what you're talking about. Okay, there we go. Jonathan, you must be heavily invested in Bitcoin. But hey, I understand, my brother. I hope you're right. Listen, I don't want you to lose money, but that's the facts of the matter. Who created it? And if it wasn't a Japanese man, then who is? Because I've asked dozens of people and nobody can tell me who created it. So, Brian says, I give you credit for speaking up on this as you do on the cancer of socialism and the communist playbook. You and I both understand too many people stand for nothing these days and go along to get along. Bottom line is the globalist manipulation and governments they control will never allow this. We are losing freedom, not gaining them. People are so distracted by wealth and the illusion of wealth that they can't see what really is happening in the world. 100%. That's all it's about, guys. Don't be fooled. It's a rich man's game, right? Controlling and owning the money supply is a rich man's game. And you think you control and own the money supply with your Bitcoin. I'd call it fraud coin. If I was a betting man right now, if you want to speculate and I want to gamble right now, I'm putting my chips in. This is a big scam. So I'll see you next time. Peace.